Wise men say.
There are multiple debates being had in the United States over the federal minimum wage. There's a debate over whether or not to raise it, and there's a debate about how much to raise it by. And then there's a debate about leaving it up to the states, not to mention a whole other debate about whether or not there should even be a minimum wage. Let's say you're someone who simply doesn't think it's a good idea to raise the minimum wage. If someone was to ask you, why not raise the minimum wage? Then citing automation would not be a worthwhile answer. It seems like a suitable counter-argument at first glance. The idea is that if it costs too much money to hire human beings, then employers would inevitably replace them with robots. More companies are looking to replace their human workers with cheaper machines. If McDonald's is forced to go from $9 per hour employees to $15 per hour, they're just going to replace them all with iPads. Automation would be inevitable if the minimum wage was raised. It would also be inevitable if the minimum wage were not raised. Automation is inevitable, period. It's the reason why there's been a dramatic decrease in the number of people who farm, who assemble cars, connect telephone calls on switchboards, etc. Automation has been replacing human labor for the longest time. In all fairness, it's a two-sided coin. Automation wipes off jobs initially. It's just a byproduct of advancing technology, and in turn is how new jobs come about. This is called progress. Progress has been happening since the beginning of time, and if McDonald's can put in a system that makes it easier for them and the clients, it's got nothing to do with the minimum wage. Automation and the minimum wage are not really related. The reality is, business is in this not to create jobs. They're in it to create profit for the shareholders. And if you look at cars, computers, the internet, they were huge job destroyers that ultimately created much better jobs because they led to profit. The argument that is made in favor of raising the minimum wage is that it ought to be an amount that allows a full-time employee to afford the basic necessities of living. Now, any argument in surrounding economies is subject to a fierce debate, and that's okay. But if you're going to argue against raising the minimum wage, then citing automation is not a proper way of doing so, because it honestly does not address the argument that is made in favor of raising it. There are multiple debates being had in the United States.